We are now halfway through season one of Par, with episode 4 in the books, and this one is called Who Are You? So let's dive straight into it. We kick off with a wee shot of New York City with Angela trying on a necklace, and she's hinking that she is an absolute queen. So, yeah, looking interesting here. We've got Tommy and Ghost discussing what needs done next. So, obviously, they're talking about this meet that's going to go down, and it's looking interesting about what's going to happen here. See Ghost kind of question about the fact, should I call this thing off with Angie? Because my daughter, his daughter, of course, near died. And then we do see this episode. Tommy manages to go on a date with like the bartender at Truth. There's an awful lot here, not really. The Vogue magazine person then shows up, and they talk about here. We're going to have more meets here, and it's alright. I don't know, it's just weird to me though that this woman is like 10 foot taller. Tommy's on his date. They go into a bar. He ends up getting thrown out for battering the guy, and she's like, "That was awesome." And then they go back to his apartment. We haven't seen this apartment. I like the fact we're getting a wee bit more of a development towards Tommy here. I am liking that. An awful lot. Angela and Ghost then meet up, and they start kissing. And she's like, "So what, are we a thing now?" And he's like, my 3-year-old daughter almost choked to death, Angie." And he's just like, "You've got a kid?" And he's like, "I've got 3 and I'm married." It's like, holy God, man. That must have been an absolute bombshell to her. Mustn't it? Like, absolutely brutal. She can't believe it. And then she's like, "Right, well, I've got a boyfriend." And then, like, Ghost is, like, equally hurt by that, I guess you could say. But then, like, I mean, maybe you could say it's. But she thought he was single. I mean, even if but he knew it didn't really matter if she was single because he's got a family. But you know what? It's a good scene. It looks like they're going to go their separate ways. They're not going to no longer remain friends. Ghost watches Angela as you say goodbye. Sort of ordeal. So yeah, like an interesting. And then we get like a mad, freaky scene. We get Tommy and the barmaid getting down and dirty in his apartment, which his apartment was like very empty. It was very, it was just like a gaming chair and like an Xbox 360 setup. So, and then just a bed in the middle of it, which is absolutely mad. So yeah, they're taking lines, they're doing gear, and they're getting stuck into each other. And Angie though, she doesn't really know what to do at this point with her necklace. We've got Sean, he's following Tasha around, and then Tasha then tells Ghost, like, "You got to tell Shanda, lay back off the leash, damn it." But then the FBI have a meeting again, and they're just not really buying that this meet's going down. Obviously, we've got Angela and Greg that are buying this is going down, but the rest of them aren't really too much. We then get Nomar. He manages to find out the location of the meet from the 14-year-old daughter, but obviously Angela's not happy with that. She's like, "Lay off Isabella." And I don't know what sort of problems would come up about the fact that her contact is he is a paedophile, and she's exploiting a 14-year-old girl in order to get info. Surely that would not be good for her. I can't see a world where that is good for Angela. Honestly, I do not see that. So that'll be interesting to see if that ever comes out. She wants him to wear a wire, but he's not close enough to the business. We then have Tasha questioning Ghost. Tommy about Ghost, but he's not really buying it. Greg then comes over. He says, "Maybe I should start putting my clothes over here." He goes to open a drawer, and then she's like closes it, and he's like, "Is there someone else?" And she's like, "No." But obviously that drawer has the necklace in it. So then we cut to the next day. We've got this whole FBI meeting. Ghost and Tom are on the way to. We've got the FBI there. They're watching over the Chinatown house where this meeting in the restaurant's going to take place. We then have the other 2 FBI guys. And it's funny, they're like, "Who would you rather do, Valdez or Frankie?" And he's like, "But Frankie don't take dick." And he's like, "But if she did?" He's like, "I'd do Frankie." Then the other guy, Sachs, or Cox, whatever the fuck this guy's called, Sachs, Cox, man. He's like, "I'd do Valdez. It would make a change to see her so full of herself, because she could be full of me." And then the other guy goes, "Half full." And he's like, "Shut the fuck up." I thought it was really funny. Then the police, NYPD, turn up at the Truth nightclub and essentially demand that Ghost turns up, and Ghost just jobs Tommy out here. You've got this big, massive meat, and he jobs him out. Like, completely jobs him out. There's no two ways about spinning this. He absolutely gets jobbed out. Then your big fat man, Anarellas or whatever you pronounce him comes through, and he gets his throat slit. Turns out it's by that woman who's supposed to be going back to Miami, so who knows how that's going to go. Ghost turns up. The Impact YPD are essentially just saying here, we're going to have to shut this down for 2 weeks. We've got one of the agents or police officers here is played by, I can't remember his name, but he played Jackie Aprile Jr. in The Sopranos. So yeah, he hasn't really aged, to be honest. I mean, he's aged a wee bit, but nothing major. And then Ghost just bribes them, like whips out a big fat stack of cash and's like, hopefully you can make this go away, sort of thing. And then Pantos is like, you do know they'll just be back for more, which is absolutely right, but let's be real, they could have absolutely just, like, when we're arresting you on bribery here, and they would have been fucked. But obviously that didn't happen. We then get Sean and Tommy, they arrive at the meet. Tommy basically tells Sean this is where you're going to earn your stripes today, son. Just look ahead, don't make eye contact with anyone, and also lay off Tasha. It's a bit, you don't need to lay it on thick. That's for Ghost to do to his wife, which I thought was quite a interesting scene. So yeah, the FBI though, we've got Angela and Greg. They're kind of distorted of it. Should we bust in because there's all these secret tunnels? But they just finally decide on busting in. But it's weird seeing this dynamic though of Tommy being like the main guy. He's talking to the two crews. Ruiz isn't very happy. Seems like they're going to turn their business otherwise. So Tommy, even though under strict orders from Ghost to not turn the whole pipeline back on, he does in order to keep the customers in. Then the FBI do the raid. Turns out it's on the wrong restaurant. As Tommy moved the meat as a precaution, Ghost then returns home. He then gets a phone call from the cartel, which informs him that you are not very good, Ghost. We thought you'd deal with this problem, and you didn't. And it turns out Ruiz is actually the guy who put all these plays in motion. Then Tommy shows up. Ghost then grabs Tommy. He's like, did you fucking kill Ruiz? And, well, not Ruiz there, the big fat guy. Which I think is incredibly unfair for, like, Tommy to be accused of this. And I don't know, I feel like we're in episode 4 here, and you almost feel like Ghost is losing complete control. I don't know, I feel like for halfway through season 1, for him to accuse his best friend, lifelong fucking business partner or whatever, of doing this is pretty extreme, in my opinion. I don't know. We then managed to find the drug dealer at Truth. Ghost then phones Tommy, so Tommy's going to deal with that. Angela's breaking down, crying. She puts the necklace on. She then heads to Truth. She's like, Ghost, I can't do it, man. I can't do this. We can't remain friends. He's like, yeah, I know. Sean shows up at Tasha's house. She's got her ass out. It's like, well, damn. And like, yeah. The fact he's the son of Kanan, though, I just don't see anything happening to him. Unless like they do it behind his back or something, which would make for an interesting dynamic. But like I say, back to Truth. We then get Angela and Ghost getting it on. Damn it. The drug deal gets thrown a beatdown by Tommy, and then the episode kind of just ends with like a sexy montage. So yeah, who knows how this is gonna play out, guys? Going into episode 5, I feel like it's probably the best episode of the season. I like the whole sit down, but I think the problem with it is like the whole bribery thing could have went anyway, and I don't like the fact that Ghost has got such a problem with Tommy. I don't know, like he just seems to be prioritizing this nightclub so much. It feels a wee bit forced to me, but it's weird. It's like forced, but it's like season 1. What were we even doing in season 1? So anytime will tell me at least the next couple of episodes should be interesting with them disposing of Ruiz and shit like that. So I'm looking forward to that. That shall be interesting, guys. But yeah. So this episode, I'm going to give it a 7, which means it's the highest rating that I've gave the show. So I want you to like, comment, subscribe. I'm looking forward to seeing how they like wrap up finales and what the big deal is going to be for season 2. I don't really know what it's going to be. Obviously, at some point, Angela's going to find out about Ghost. That shall be interesting. But at the same time, it's still a good series. It's yet to hit me with this is fucking epic sort of thing. Like, it's weird, like you get this sort of vibe that it is on like a big budget, but then at the same time it's not. I don't know. I don't know, guys, but I'm going to get a 7 out of 10. Up next will be episode 5. Yeah, that shall be interesting too. But until next time, peace. Oh, hell yeah.